welcome to another video. I'm not gonna vlog today, it's just a sit down and talk video, which is quite nice because it's nice to change things up a bit. Finally, I'm gonna be talking to you about university, open university to be exact. Yeah, so I've literally I think like 2 weeks ago, I think that was when I finished my second module. So it's my second year, so I'll be starting my third year, I think that's what they call it, or my third module as I like to call it, in October, the 1st of October, and I'll be doing mental health. I think it's fear, or it might be mental health, I'm not too sure what it is. Basically what happens is that if you're thinking about doing open university, I highly recommend phoning up. If you don't know what course to take but you kind of know what career to go down to, like the path you want to go down, I would honestly phone up and ask. They are so lovely on the phone. I was really nervous. Right, I've gone to school and then I did college, and even though I did 2 years of college, because I could only do 2, I couldn't do 3 because of my birthday, which kind of sucked. Even though I've done college, it has been quite a long time since I've done college, so I was actually really nervous because I actually love learning new stuff. Like, I literally strive for education. I'm always doing stuff with my son, though it has slowed down a bit since Kai, but I'm getting there again. I'm kind of getting back into the routine of doing educational stuff with him, but I just love it. And even though I love that and I'm kind of that person, I was still really nervous. I was literally getting butterflies in my stomach when I was phoning them up, because I was like, oh god, what if I'm not smart enough? Because even though I've done college, there was still this bit of me where I was like, what if I've forgotten everything? Like, what's going to happen? But they were really nice on the phone to me, and they said, have an entry, do an entry model. So before I started my actual psychology module, because I'm obviously doing psychology and counselling degree, they said you're going to be doing an entry module, which was social science. Now, I didn't really like social science. I didn't get on with my tutor at all. I'll come to that later on as well, but it was really good to it was like a stepping stone for the modules that I'm now on, and I'm actually really glad that even though I didn't particularly like the module too much, I'm glad that I did it, because it made me confident, it made me like know what I now need to do before starting the actual degree, like what I need to know. Because sometimes I think if you research it yourself, you might come across courses that require you to pay, and there really is no point you paying out for a course on I don't know an example website, but you know what I mean, like one of those things like, oh, pay £200 now and you can do this course in like a year. You know what I mean. Those kind of websites, and by the time you finish it, it might have been changed, and that qualification you have means nothing. Whereas the OU, they are equivalent to. So I mean, I'm sure other websites as well will be like BTEC and then it's equivalent to, but if you do it with the Open University, I think personally, don't quote me on this, but I think personally it looks better, because they can be like, wow, she did a university course whilst at home. Like, and I think a lot of people think as well that, oh well, you did an OU course, that means nothing. It doesn't. It means a lot. And a lot of people are impressed when you're a stay-at-home mum especially and you're doing a degree. They look at it and you think, well, she was looking after children, she went to all these clubs, like if you're a mum that you go to clubs, and wow, she did an open university degree as well, which that took like ages for her to do, but she kept at it. So if you think about this stigma that, you know, open university degrees don't mean anything and they're just like, they're whatever degrees, it's like, no, they're not. They are proper degrees, they are proper qualifications. So when you join up, there's lots of help, and if you're unsure, always again just phone up. But you do have to pay for it, so you can either pay for it if you're lucky enough to have loads of money and you can pay for it, great. If you're not like that and you're like me, you can get a student loan. Now, I will admit, I did find the student loan application quite confusing, because I had part-time and full-time, and the Open University was listed on neither of those under the examples, but it is part-time. And if that is confusing, the website for you, there are phone lines available, so do use them. And then after you've signed up to the student finance, and then you sign up for your course and you know what you're doing, you'll get some books. Now, I've already gotten rid of my books for social science, but these are the books, bar missing one, I don't know where the last one is, for my university course. So I've obviously got, that's quite a thin one, but then you've got this really thick one here. But if you do struggle to read, I must put this out here, if you do struggle to read, don't worry, there are PDF files of these books online, which for me are great, because I would love, there is nothing more than I'd love to do, is just to read this and I'll be like, yeah, highlight that, like some people do. Highlighters, buy them. Just highlight it all for your assignments. But unfortunately, I can't do that. My attention span to read is terrible, which I absolutely hate how low it is, because by the time I get to one page, my eyes actually hurt. And there's nothing wrong with my eyes, because I've got, you know, I've got not double vision, you know what I mean, perfect vision, whatever it is, I don't know what it's called. I've got perfect vision, and then but by the time I get to that chapter, I literally have forgotten what I read at the top, because my attention span is just not that good and my eyes hurt and I just want to go to sleep, basically. So if I'm struggling to go to sleep, I do actually read. But I don't ever reach the end of the book. So yeah, so if you're like me and find it difficult to read, there are PDF files online, and I do believe if you want it in a bigger print, I do believe you can request that, like a larger print. I'm pretty confident that you can. Also, another topic I want to touch up on, if you have a disability, you do get help, so don't worry. If you are unable to try and get to tutorials, I think it is, like because of your disability, or you need more support or something like that. I don't know particularly the roundabouts of it, because even though I've got epilepsy, I don't consider myself to have a disability. You can get lots of help, so don't worry, you will not be left out. You will get lots and lots of help. When you start your course, you will get your tutor. I don't think you're told straight away. I think you have to wait a few weeks, but then you'll get their name and you'll get their contact details, so you can contact them. My second tutor, so not my first tutor but my second tutor, actually phoned me up and introduced themselves to me, which was actually really nice. Like I said, on my first tutor, I did not get on with her. I felt like she was rude and I felt she was really harsh. But you will come across those problems, because they are people, and some people just don't click. That's, you know, that's the gist of it, unfortunately. My number one tip would be to ask how they like their referencing. This is going to sound silly, because you'd think that referencing would be the same for everyone. Sadly, it's not, because referencing I think it's Harvard, I'm not too sure, or maybe just the OU themselves, they change the referencing quite often. So for example, for in-text citation, so basically referencing whilst you're writing, sometimes you'll, like for example, one time it might be that you have to put page numbers in. Next year, when you do your other module, it might be that you don't have to put page numbers in. However, the problem at aligns that basically, I don't know why I'm like reading, you can't see what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm doing that. Basically the problem arises that different tutors now have certain ways that they like it, and they do deduct points, and that's kind of a bit naughty, but it happens. So the best thing to do would be to ask them straight up, how do you like your referencing? That would be the best thing to do. Let's move on to the forms while we're here. Obviously it's all online. I can't show you, I mean I'll try and edit it in and show you what my one looks like. And also I want to talk about Facebook groups. Now a lot of tutors say stay away from Facebook groups. I, for one, found them really handy because of the fact that I got information quicker. I found they responded quicker than the forms. But saying that, sometimes there are some negativity on it and you can feel pressured. For example, if someone got 100%, like, oh yeah, I got 100%. Yeah, like you could be really happy for them, but then obviously that's that part of you like, what did I do wrong? God, why do I suck? Why am I not getting 100%? But you can't think like that. You have to do it for your own reasons. You have to focus on you. Yeah, you only got 85%. But that's still, you know, that's still a first. That's amazing. You got 85%. Who cares if you didn't get 100? You got 85%. Like, I'm a hypocrite really, because I really like, I'm harsh on myself, but that's because of my own personal goals. But even if you got like 70%, that's still a big number. And even if you got 40% and just passed, you passed. You managed to pass it. Yeah, okay, you got like a low mark. Well, you know, I say low mark, it's still 40%. So what if you just got a percent? Look at the feedback and read what your tutor said, and then apply it in your next assignment. You can only get better. And I tell you what, on the first level modules, level 1, they do not count to your degree, so do not fret. It is a learning process. That's what you're here. You're here to learn, so do not worry. Do not compare yourself to anyone, because that will only, you know, make it worse, basically. So Facebook groups are good, but I would be careful about which ones you join. So if you do join a Facebook group, make sure they've got certain rules. So don't, you know, don't put your tutor's name on the Facebook group, because obviously that's personal information. Don't obviously don't ask people to send you assignments, because that's obviously copyright or plagiarism they call it, but same thing, you know, that's bad. It's a bad thing to do. Don't do that. So yeah, just be careful. But the best thing to do is go on the form. Now, the forms are basically where the tutors are at, and you can ask them questions. And it's really good. It's really good advice, and you can get advice from different tutors. So someone will always answer you, and they know what they're doing. So that's the best place for advice you can go on. Tutorials are places where you go to learn from your tutor face to face. And what I have learned from my experience, because module 1 social sciences, I went to all of them and I got a first. I got, I think, I don't know what my overall grade was, but I definitely got above 85%. I got a first, basically, because they bumped up one of my assignments as well because she marked it too low. So I definitely got a first. And then on my second module, obviously I know that I'm guaranteed a 2.1 now, but at the start of my modules, you'll see that I got low scores. Like, I say low, you know, I still got 70%, but to me that was low compared to my other ones. And then I realised that when I went to tutorials, I got higher marks. So now I know that's it, no matter what. And sometimes they are difficult to go to because they're either in the wrong place, like not a place that's near you, or it's at difficult times. For example, my tutorials for this module were on a Tuesday, 7 PM to 9 PM, and I've got kids, so that was really difficult for me to go to. But when I did manage to get to them, it was great and it helped me out a lot. So I cannot stress enough the importance of tutorials. They're just invaluable, because you will learn so much more. Because you basically, when you get an assignment, you get notes to help you with it, and even though the notes are handy, I don't find them that useful, because I think sometimes they're a bit sneaky and they miss out information that gets you extra points. So I would highly recommend going to tutorials. If you can't go to the tutorials face to face, they do an online one later on in the week. But that's only an hour, whereas the tutorials in real life are 3 hours. So I do highly recommend, if you can get to them, please do. If you know there is a tutorial nearer to you than what is listed on your page, then you can go to that one. You don't have to go to the one that's listed in your dates. You can go to a tutorial that's near you. Assignments, basically, I think you have about four to 5 in a year, and they are monthly. Sometimes you can get 2 in a month, so 1 at the start, 1 at the bottom. But don't worry, you'll get plenty of help, and you'll have plenty of time. If you just plan it out, if you essay plan, you will do fine. Essay plans are great, and if you don't know how to do them, you'll be shown them, so don't worry. You also get an ICMA, which is an online test, and that's just, it's easy. As long as you read your stuff, and as long as you read your books, and you read the online material, you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely a-okay. And then you'll get your assignment back in 2 weeks. Sometimes tutors are really fast and they'll get it done really quickly. Some you'll have to wait quite a long time. Now, I got really annoyed about this when I will admit, I got really annoyed with this when I first joined up, because I was like, oh, so we've got a deadline, but it's alright for tutors to take ages to submit, so that I can get it back to see what's happened, to see my score and to see the feedback, so they can just take their sweet ass time. And then I was kind of like, oh, I'm really sorry, because like, when I went to my last tutorial with my tutor, he said like, oh yeah, well sorry if they're not back in like within the 2 weeks time, it might take a little bit longer because I've got to mark loads of other assignments, because he was tutoring 5 classes. I was like, 5 classes? Like 5? I was like, that's crazy. Could you imagine? And then like, there's like, what, 20-30 people in the class, maybe more, and I was like, okay, I was like, take as much time as you need, I do not mind. Because that was mental, because if they're different subjects, they were different subjects I think as well, and I was just like, what? Like, how can you be teaching that many? So I was like, take your time, I'm not going to complain, I promise I won't complain, I promise I won't. So yeah, so that's why, if I take a long time to get back, that is why. So if you've got any more questions about Open University, just tell me, comment down below, and I'll let you know. So don't worry. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, because they do actually help. And obviously subscribe, and then tell your friends if they're thinking about joining Open University. Be like, hey, I've got this video that my friend, well, my friend, you are my friend, everyone's my friend on YouTube, that my friend just put up, or you know, that this person I watch put up. Check it out, because she's got loads of information about it. So yeah, please do spread the word, and then subscribe for more videos. I don't know if I'm going to do another video after this actually, whilst Kai is in bed. But I will have a haul video coming up, because I went on a massive haul in Smith's when they had a clearance sale. I've literally got all of Kai's Christmas presents. I doubt I'm going to get him anymore. It's just David I need to focus on. So yeah, goodbye for now, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao!